Hello everyone and welcome to BSRTV. This is round 10 of the British Sim Racers Touring Car Championship with Engine Oil Direct. Andrew Woodhouse and Alex Simpson with you at Laguna Seca. Alex, not your favourite track, am I right?
Yeah, and yes and no. I have to say, I spent some time in the Grand Prix series around Laguna and sort of figured it out a little bit. And actually, it's not too bad, but it is quite a challenge. Drivers think of this track as really easy, short little track, and but actually, it's very, very technical.
Indeed, and we have a huge grid here. 38 Kia Optimas. And Alex, this should provide some interesting racing throughout this track. Andreas Katz on pole alongside Daniel Hunt. In fact, it's an Oculus 360. 1, 2, 3. Not long till the green flag then. So, 5 seconds to go until the lights come on and the revs rise.
Yeah, Katz with a great qualifying. He's been in that top all season. Can he repeat some first race victories here at Laguna?
14 laps to go as the green light comes on, and it was an okay start from Katz, but it's an uphill slope, Alex. Cars with a flatter run coming from the back, and we're going to see now down into turn 1. Oh, there's already carnage on the inside. One of the AOR cars is off into the fence.
Yeah, just the one car. Looks like everybody else is pretty much going to survive it, I think. Looks like it might be Dan Blake. Yeah, it is Dan Blake just getting himself turned up.
Hefford and one of the Pete Newman media cars, I think it was Dan Kraft, getting involved in contact, and Hefford all the way down.
Wall as well. Robert Fagg there into the wall.
Robert Fagg, who was in 7th place in the standings leading into today's race, not going to be there after this one, it doesn't seem. So, leading is Andreas Katz. He's already a mile in front as he heads up towards the corkscrew. Alex, what a tricky corner.
Yeah, this is probably the most technical corner of, well, pretty much any racing track in the world. So easy to get an off track there. Katz takes it beautifully that time round, and you're right, he's flying. Look at that gap already, 1.1 seconds.
Teammate Dan Hunt is just behind him, and this brilliant Laguna Seca track. And we're coming free with iRacing. Alex, that might be the reason for the increased turnout this week.
Yeah, it's a good point actually. I forgot that it was part of the free content. It's had all the latest shaders and everything added to it. So as far as the free tracks go, it's probably the best looking one out there.
Yep, big overhaul about a year ago. Certainly looks the part, and it looks like Oculus 360, then Pete Newman Media, Lugnuts Racing are in there. It's a clear top 3 teams at the front, isn't it? Yeah,
it looks like I've got a few issues with Pete Newman's liveries this week. I'm not quite sure what's happened. We had them last week, but
Alex, Newman just banging panels with Janowski as he tried to get through out of turn 2, and Julian Janowski there getting a little beaten up, but he's in there just ahead of Ashley Blake Hood, Robert Plumley, and the returning Jeroen Kaiser. Good to see him back.
Yeah, we haven't seen Jeroen for ages actually. So,
and he's going for the inside on Ashley Blake. Oh no, it's not him, it's Robert Plumley who's off up the inside on Ashley Blake Hood. Sorry Alex, and Kaiser following him through.
Yeah, it looks like Kaiser's going to be side by side going into this tricky left-hander. It's not really too wide through there. Hits the curb big time on the inside, but gets the move done.
You can get away with that in this car, can't you? We know some cars here you definitely can't. And up towards the corkscrew now, you'll see over the crest, around the outside is Smolensky, still with that health and safety paint job. There's nothing health and safety about Alexander Smolensky though, as he bounces across the corkscrew. Gets a slowdown penalty immediately. And there's been trouble for Robert Graham. He's just come out of pit road. John Bay's also involved. I think he might have been one of the ones who hit the wall, Alex, as well.
Yeah, I think John did hit the wall. He shot up into the lead as the fast tow put him straight back in the pit lane there for a while. So definitely one of the ones that had issues. Just trying to update the liveries right now. If you're wondering why every one's all of a sudden turned white, sorry about that. I'm not really sure what's going on. Occasionally we get these little hitches, but Katz just puts the fastest lap of the race in 1:26.7. That's 0.6 of a second faster than what Daniel Hunt was that last time by.
Smolensky down to 17th after that mishap. So bringing up the rear of the main pack at the moment is Macho Amado, actually, I believe. Might actually be Jay Wright, 29 seconds behind already, 31st place. Like I say, we've lost John Bayes, Laura Bonds in the pits for Elite Martini. She's had an awful season and it's continuing in that vein now.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what to say about Laura's season this time. It's just sometimes you get the luck and sometimes you don't.
Off goes Hefford in the wall, coming off of the corner after the corkscrew. Alex, he's facing the wrong way now. He's going to have to come back on, be really judicious with when he decides to turn back onto the track. He's facing the wrong way. Cars are streaming past Steve Hefford.
There's just nothing he can do.
And now he can't turn it round. Oh, he's hit the wall again. That's his teammate Halle Ertas, who's always been in trouble as well.
Got some big time damage on that car as well. That's going to have to be a pit for repairs, I think, this time by. So, yeah, just to touch back on Laura again. Yeah, I just think she just needs to just shake off this season a little bit. I mean, I know we're not that far into it, but it just seems to be that everything has gone wrong for her this season.
No, that feels. It just seems like you can't do anything right no matter what you try, but eventually you hope it comes good for you. Laura's had a couple of good seasons. Hopefully she can do that again. Now, interesting to watch David Baker, Alex, in 3rd place. He's closing in on Daniel Hunt's 2nd place. Baker, the reigning champion for Lugnuts Racing, looking feisty here.
Yeah, we know how good Baker is, and it looked like Oculus were going to have it all their way to start off with. But here comes Baker. Lugnuts always quick. And closes up quite a bit under braking through the corkscrew there, but it looks like Hunt has a much better exit, and the difference in the line between the two drivers through that downhill bank left-hander there.
Indeed, and then the Baker's going to try and set him up. Now, one thing this track is good for, Alex, with the slower cars is overtaking, because you can actually set cars up. There are corners, medium speed ones, where if you have a slightly faster setup, you can, like I said, line the man up for a pass, and Baker's looking now over the hill and down towards turn 1. But very difficult to get a move done from that far back, and Baker's going to have to just stay with him and hope for a mistake from Dan Hunt, which is pretty rare, I have to say. Yeah,
I think so. The issues Hunt's had of recent weeks has mainly been just he's had to do an awful lot of overtaking, and right now he just needs to defend that 2nd place the best he can. He can't seem to close him back on his teammate, so just needs to hit his marks and make sure he doesn't make any mistakes out there.
Domination of these 3 teams at the front, Alex, is something that after we're in now season 8 of the BSRTC, it's something that we didn't actually think we'd see, because the car is so the cars are all pretty evenly matched. It looks like that Lugnuts, Pete Newman Media, Oculus, I mean, they're just dominating. They're taking up the top 9 places with 3 drivers each in there.
Yeah, exactly. Pete Newman Media obviously leading the way in the team championships at the moment. Not a successful week as they have had in previous rounds, but yeah, still nonetheless that's just what they need. They just need to keep banging these points in. Baker looking very close this time by.
Yeah, indeed he is, and yeah, he's definitely going to line up now, Dan Hunt. But Hunt's shown in previous times that he can defend the inside line well, and in fact he doesn't even need to defend. So good straight line speed from Oculus. We saw that last week, I believe, didn't we? That they were very quick on the straights at Okayama.
Yeah, indeed, and you know, it just goes to show that you can actually set these cars up in quite different ways, so be quicker in those different sections of the racetrack.
Fortunately, the only encounter I had with an Oculus car last week was seemingly hitting one, so I didn't quite get to see the straight line speed in action. But Baker, where's he going to make the move, Alex? Where is he going to be brave?
Yeah, I think truthfully the only real place you're going to do it is down into turn 1, maybe into the final corner as well. As there a move if you can get a good run, but anywhere else just a little bit risky, I would say.
What about up here into the corkscrew? If you're alongside, it's possible, isn't it? But it's tough to go too wide through there.
Well, yeah, I think I mean, if the driver makes a mistake, then you can go for it in front. But otherwise, it's just usually ends up with both drivers in the wall.
Good close racing though. I mean, it's not the most exciting event at the moment. 6 laps gone, we've got 8 to go. But the thing is, mate, races like this always seem to bode well for a good race 2 and race 3 because everyone is so evenly matched. And actually, we've got a blown engine for Stephen Burke. Stephen Burke from 8th place for Peter Newman Media has no motor on that Kia, and he blew the engine. Oh, he blew that.
He's going to try and get that back into the pits, get his repair, carry on his way.
Blew it halfway around the lap. Oh, he must have missed the gear or something halfway up the hill because he missed that. He missed that severely. 5, I believe, he blew the engine and he carried it on, but yeah, no dice for them, and he's back in the pits. Where's the battles then, mate? Where are we going to look? Where are we going to find some action?
Just having a little look further back, you've got Gordon Wilson coming up on Scott Malcolm. That's about half a second separating those down in 22nd, 23rd. We don't always feature guys down there. Steve Richardson's got a little bit of company with Jay Wright. They're fighting over 26th place at the moment. Richard Wild. Richard we haven't seen for a few races, I believe.
He was there last week, I think, but was the only one he's done, I believe.
Yeah, he's 17th place, but only 0.2 of a second, which you see on screen now behind Paul Smith. So looks like a good little battle. We've got a slow Matt Walker to the left there, so I don't know if that was a slowdown penalty, but yeah, Smith forced to take a very, very tight entry. This is going to give Wild surely the opportunity to make a move down into turn 1.
Yeah, Matt Walker struggled a little bit this season for Fusion. Not the best run of form for him, but I'm sure he'll bounce back. He's had some good races. There's look at up the inside, Paul Smith. Well, Paul Smith defending the position from Wild. Alex Wild's trying to go around the outside now.
Yeah, still can't seem to get that.
Oh, Smith
just a
in
little
the curve.
Yeah, that's that little bump you could just see. Couldn't quite get the power on early. Wild's going to have to chuck his nose in there, but he does it in great fashion there, and Smith has nothing to do but just to run out a little bit wide to avoid making contact. We've got Smolinski just ahead of him is Russell Laidler as well. We know these two have come to blows on more than one occasion, so let's just keep an eye on this. Could have some fireworks anytime soon. Yeah,
and Smolinski having an uncharacteristically bad weekend in terms of pace. Only qualified in 16th place. He's down in 14th at the moment after that slowdown. He made a very good start, but he lost about 5 places with that problem at the corkscrew. So Laidler, who shared a Cadillac with he shared a Kia in the VLN series with Paul Smith, and yeah, the 3-hour endurance race, but the 4-hour endurance race in Spa. Laidler was the victim of some unfortunate problems with his pit limiter, which caused him to crawl around Spa at 60 kilometres an hour, much to the amusement of other drivers and commentators alike. Oh, there's contact between now then Ashley Blake Hood and Robert Plumley getting together. I don't know if Blake Hood's had a bit of an issue. Was he behind? No, he was behind Plumley, wasn't he? Anyway. So
yeah, I think so.
Laidler's pushing. So it's Ben Palmer, isn't it? Ben Palmer and Robert Plumley. But yeah, Blake Hood is being pushed by Laidler up the hill. Blake Hood goes wide, and this might allow Laidler a chance as Kaiser has a look at Janowski. It's all going off. We're too wide into the corkscrew. Laidler and Blake Hood. Who's going to give here? Oh, Smolenski hits Blake Hood. And well, that's one way to stop. Blake Hood's got to slow down as well.
You could almost write that script. Poor Blake Hood as well. Absolutely innocent in that, and he gets the one with the slowdown penalty. Just crazy.
It's all going to kick off now, Alex, because Plumley's at the front of this queue, and on the inside for Team Carnage goes Ben Palmer, who's rediscovering his form after having some equipment trouble at the start of the season as Plumley cuts across the front in that engine oil direct car. Can Ben Palmer find a way through? He's going to go for it anyway, whether this is away or not. We're 3 wide through turn 1.
Yeah, Palmer on the inside of that there. I think he's going to come out on top just about.
Laidler and Smolenski side by side as well. Laidler gets the position. Ron Kaiser trying to get a cut back on Plumley, but he's got to be careful because he can lose places. Russell Laidler's no fool. He can get through at any point. We saw that at Okayama, Alex, with that dummy move.
Yeah, what a great move that was as well.
Oh, and he's going for it. And now I wonder if Smolenski's brakes are going to work up towards the corkscrew. He may have a go at Laidler anyway into turn 6. Doesn't do it. Up the hill then, it's allowed Blake Hood to escape. So Ben Palmer to escape. And Kaiser braking to the corkscrew. Oh. Laidler's going to go for the inside line. That's wonderful from Russell Laidler again. Kaiser surely's got the course there. And Smolenski's on the inside of them all. Brilliant driving by him.
Yeah, what can you say about that?
Plumley. Oh.
Absolutely great driving there. Saw everything going off in front of him and just made sure he nailed his apex speed through there. All 3 cars in one corner. He'll be loving that in there.
Laidler and Smolenski not exactly the best of friends. Meanwhile, David Baker has got up into 2nd place. We missed that one. But this battle is worth staying with, I believe. Smolenski, Laidler, Plumley, Kaiser and Blake Hood.
Yeah, by far the best battle on the track at the moment. We'll keep an eye on Baker and Hunt on the timing screens. Andreas Katz leads by 3.4 seconds the last time by, so fairly comfortable for him at the moment. Just going to show why he was on pole position today, but Russell Laidler trying to close back in on Smolenski after that great move he just pulled. Yeah,
3 seconds between Katz and Baker, and then Daniel Hunt's 4 seconds ahead of Dan Kraft, so those guys are pretty safe at the front. Simon Fields in 5th place. Field leads the championship at the moment, and not a surprise really in a lot of ways. Field very consistent.
Yeah, you're right. Week in, week out, actually, Field's been just banging in the regular points, and it just goes to show why he's up there and got the championship lead.
31 points is the gap between him and Andreas Katz. After that race, Katz will have probably taken the lead back, in all likelihood, as Smolenski. I wonder if he's feeling some effects of that front damage, Alex, because Katz is Laidler's
got Blake Hood on Kaiser here as well in the background. He's got the inside line, so from here it's just about making sure he's late on the brakes as well. Keep an eye on this. Hard braking, and I have to say Kaiser great on the brakes there. May have just overshot just a little bit. Hood back on the inside, but Kaiser's definitely going to have the inside for this right-hander here and retains that position.
Yeah, no way through there for Blake Hood, but excellent braking from Kaiser. On the outside line, it's really tough actually, isn't it, to get the car stopped through there?
Yeah, exactly. I don't, it's one of those corners that you can take multiple lines as well. So as long as you get your braking right and carry enough entry speed in there, you can hold it around the outside there. We're just 3 laps to go, Andrew. I don't really know where this race has gone. This battle continues to fight. We've got Ben Palmer and Janowski just 0.2 of a second separate those as they come into the corkscrew at the moment. Bit of a poor line from Palmer, you have to say, through there. In fact, he lost 0.2 of a second according to my screen just there. So close back in through that downhill left-hander there. Let's just stay with this little battle for a second. So 8th and 9th on track at the moment. P. Newman is about 5 seconds ahead of these guys, but him himself actually, let's just quickly jump onto a board with Pete, because Pete is only 0.4 of a second behind Steve Walker.
Yeah, Walker looked like he slightly messed up his braking there, but he's got it done. Dave Baker hasn't quite got rid of Daniel Hunt just yet, about half a second between them still, so we'll keep one eye on that battle in a bit. But the battle on track is Plumley, Kaiser, Blake Hood. Actually, Richard Wild's going to get onto the back of this before the end of the race, I would think, for Apex Racing TV.
Yeah, I think you're right. His last time by was just over 0.1 of a second quicker, so give it, I think, probably by the end of this lap, and he might well get the draft, and that in theory should zip him up to him in that last lap.
Funny, Alex, isn't it? We were just talking about as Kaiser goes a bit wide there. We were just talking about Smolenski not having a good race, but then suddenly, 2-3 laps, good battling, couple of good moves as Kaiser's off the track. Not exactly sure what happened there, but he's gone to the inside. Not really sure what the problem was for your own there, but yeah, just saying Smolenski's race has turned around in just a few minutes.
Yeah, exactly. From nowhere, really, that one move, just bam. Thank you very much. 3 places. Oh, Pete Newman surely this time has got a run on Steve Walker down the main straight. Walker got 2 wheels on the gravel runoff area there, and I think he's just going to be able to hold on to it. Actually, that Lugnut's car looks very, very fast. Newman late on the brakes, going to try it around the outside. Thought about a cutback, but I have to say, Steve Walker planted his car on the apex perfectly there to prevent that.
Difficult downhill braking area there, and Walker did a heck of a job. Race winner in this series, of course, before, and he won the first race meeting of 2007 of season 7, sorry, and it wasn't that long ago. Steve Walker, very good driver, and up to 6th, qualified 12th. Actually, Pete Newman, Alex, has made up 10 positions from where he started.
Yeah, a great race from Pete. Not easy to overtake around here, but does seem like he's hit a little bit of a wall. He's been behind Walker for quite some time. Let's jump on board with Katz, because he cannot be too far away from finishing this race. We're on to the last lap. Comes down that sweeping left-hander, through the right-hander here. Great cambered corner there, into the final corner for the last time of the first round tonight. Andreas Katz for Oculus 360 going to take another great victory here at Laguna.
Former champion Andreas Katz crosses the line and wins the first race of the night. Richard Wilde, I must add, Alex, 36th he started. He may finish 13th or 14th.
I was about to say, he's not finished yet. Here he is.
He's through.
And looking behind, Kaiser having a look. Blake could
desperation lunge. Oh, he's worked. It's actually worked, has it? Oh, Kaiser's in the wall. Can he keep it? No. Oh dear. Richard Wilde. Where's Kaiser's going to come across? Is he? Yes.
Yeah, it looks like Kaiser's just going to lose 1 place there. That was all with that. So not too bad, but yeah, what a great battle all the way up to the line there.
Yeah, it was brilliant. Wilde made up 22 places. He lost out to Ashley Blake Hood by 0.2 of a second at the end there. Just to run down the finishing order, Andreas Katz wins for Oculus 360 by 2.7 seconds. Dan Hunt was 3rd. Dan Kraft was 4th. Former championship leader Simon Field was 5th. He'll probably lose that lead now. Steve Walker in 6th by 1/3 of a second over Pete Newman. Ben Palmer was 8th. Alex Smolenski battled through to 9th. Good Dillian driving from him, and a brilliant move to get through there at the end. Janowski is 10th. Russell Laidler 11th. Rob Plumley 12th. Ashley Blake Hood 13th for Team Carnage. It was unlucky 13th for him. Richard Wilde 36th to 14th. Matt Walker 15th. Jeroen Kaiser in the fence at the end, but still 16th. Paul Smith 17th. And Gregory 18th. We didn't see anything of Gregory at all, or Ellis Stevens in 19th. Dan Blake 20th. Then quite a big gap to quite a big pack behind. Scott Malcolm 21st. That's a good result from 33rd on the grid. Andrew Whitehead 22nd. Stephen Burke went backwards 23rd. Eckhart von Glan 24th. Jay Wright 25th. Steve Richardson in 26th. Robert Fagg hit the wall on the first lap, finished 27th. John Roberts 28th. Gordon Wilson 29th. Steve Hefford started 3rd, finished 30th. Maybe we wanted to turn that one around later. David Brock, Halle Ertas, Robert Graham and Martin Brandon were 1 lap down. We lost Macho Amado, John Bays, Laura Bond and Kevin Noon.
Mr. Woodhouse, kind of race we expected to see. Some great battles in there, but I think it's all going to come down to this next one, the reverse grid here at Laguna. Yes. I think it's going to be so interesting. We know often the first race can be a bit spread out, but actually that wasn't at all, and can't wait to see what second round of the night's going to have in store for us. I guess
tempted to have a go myself. it'd be a lot of fun. But yeah, it was such a good race. Even though it was quite a sedate pace for most of it, there was some good action, some fair battles, not too much contact, which is always good to see. And you know what? I think we're in for a cracker of a reverse grid. The guys there in the reverse grid positions, Alex, they've got some serious talent. Matt Walker in 15th, Jeroen Kaiser 16th, Paul Smith 17th, Ben Gregory, our AM champion from season 6, is 18th. Ellis Stevens, former champion of the series, 19th. Dan Blake in 20th for EOR. Alex, who's going to be on pole? It's time to find out.
Yeah, let's take a quick look, see who's going to get that. Let's just do our 3 dummy rolls. Apologies for all the drivers that would have been pole on those rolls. Right, so 3 dummy ones done. The pole position is going to go to...
Number 39.
20th.
20th, Dan Blake.
All reverse grid. That's going to be epic.
Tell you what, on a day when 38 people have entered, we've reversed half the field here, Alex, and well, I reckon we're in for a cracking one.
Yeah, I'm sure it's just going to be amazing. So, who have we got sat in and around sort of like the 7th, 8th, 9th place? Because I think they might stand a bit of a chance as well.
Ashley Blake Hood is going to start 8th. Plumley 9th, Laidler. Well, in fact, I'll just go through it. Dan Blake and Ellis Stevens are going to share the front row. I reckon that's not going to be too dull. Ben Gregory and Paul Smith on row 2. Row 3 will be Jeroen Kaiser and Matt Walker. Richard Wild will be 7th. Blake Hood 8th. Plumley 9th, Laidler 10th, Janowski 11th, Smolensky 12th, Palmer 13th, Newman 14th, Steve Walker 15th, Simon Field 16th, Dan Kraft 17th, 18th Dan Hunt, 19th Dave Baker, 20th Andreas Katz. Goodness me.
Yeah, you have to say those guys, Baker, Hunt, Katz, Kraft, they have
quality top 20.
Yeah, absolutely. They have got their work cut out for them to get themselves even into the top 5. I would think. I had to backtrack a little bit in a race earlier on this week, and with reverse grid, and I can't see how these guys are going to do it this time. That is the strength of field. Or strength of depth in this field just is blown everything else away at the moment. It's great to see, actually.
I realised last week, Alex, just how much this field has actually improved even in one season. Because last week was so hard fought, and I didn't get a finish above 17th last week, and the drivers are just something else in this series.
Yeah, I think you're right, and everybody's seen the little announcement about the potential Pro Series that might be coming as well. That looks mighty epic, and I know there's a lot of planning going on behind the scenes like that, and hopefully that will strive forward as well. But if we have this kind of a grid turn up for that event as well, wow, we're going to be in for a treat for the rest of the year. Anyway, Mr. Woodhouse, let's wrap it up. There's no real major incidents apart from perhaps the first lap to look at, so we'll just we'll skip that and move on, and we'll catch everyone in about 10 or 15 minutes for the second round of the night, I think.
Agree. You said it well. We'll see you guys soon. You're on BSR TV.